Good morning. So I woke up this morning just with so much pain. I got my period, but I haven't had this type of pain in such a long time, and it was just like, it felt like knives just stabbing my stomach, and I just like could not get out of bed. I was on the toilet, and maybe like TMI, right? But I took some ibuprofen because I'm like, I really need to do things today. Like, and sometimes it's just like for an hour, like when I'm first getting my period, when everything's happening, when the pain is that bad. But I was like, I can just lay in bed all day and do nothing. But I was like, this pain is too much. I'm like, I need medicine. So I took some ibuprofen and I fell asleep, and now I woke up and I feel so much better. The pain just is gone. And I'm like, okay, now it's time to do my things that I need to do. So I don't know, I guess what I'm like getting at is like, you know, it's okay to take a break. You know, I mean, especially as women, like we get our period every month, and I want to change my view on my period. I want to like start, like right now, like I fucking hate my period, but as I'm like becoming more in tune with my body, it's like, you know, when you say like I hate my period, it's just like a negative energy towards your body. And I'm gonna like start, once I'm done with Pilates, of course, I want to start learning more about our periods, understand like what actually, like I have the basic understanding, but like really understand like my body and what's happening and what I need to be doing to nourish it, and how do I change this, like, oh my god, I hate this time, to like, thank you body for doing what you need to do so that I can be happy and healthy. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be a mother. I'm not ready right now, but like, thank you. You know, like having a different relationship with my period. So yeah, but just remember, for having a shitty day like I was this morning, it can always change. Maybe you just need to take an hour just to sleep and relax. And now, like, I did not think I was gonna make it out the door today. I was gonna cancel all of my plans, and like luckily I was supposed to teach somebody in the morning and ended up canceling. I'm like, thank God. I was like, I'm like, I can't get out of bed, but I was gonna push through it and just still show up like we always do, right? As women, we just push through it and we show up when we're in pain, which, I mean, kudos to us, because fuck, it's hard. But that worked out for me, and now I'm like, great. I feel good. I feel like I'm getting my energy back. I can eat. I can make some coffee now. I was dying. I had an ice pack literally on my stomach area right here, and I just like fell asleep like that. And now Max and I are out on the beach finally doing our morning walk. Okay, I washed Max actually because he was a little stinky. I finally washed him. I know, like a couple of videos, I'm like, I need to wash him. I finally did it. I try to only wash him when I let him go into the ocean. So like it's like twice a week that I'll let him like go in and just like have fun, or I'll go in with him. But today I just like let him go in, and I'm like, okay, time for a wash. And then I make breakfast, and I'm having some pancakes here. Hello. How are you? Your eye is red. I know. It's okay. Max. One of the girls, the other teacher, instructor, and I felt like I got this. Like, I got this. I know what to do now. There are some exercises where I get like super nervous, but it's okay. Like, I think I get nervous because I don't know how to, like, there's some of them that I can't do in my body yet. So it's hard for me to explain it because I can't do it. So it's like, it's hard. Like, when I can't do an exercise, when I can't feel it in my body, that's when it's really hard for me to explain it. And the thing is, like, this is the advanced series, basically. So actually, let me explain to you the program and basically what I've been going through. So the program started in January. I did mat reformer first. I did mat reformer, and that was only 1 month, and I tested out and I passed. I went into reformer, which was 3 weekends of teacher training. And then the other time was spent getting your teacher hours in. So it could be like practice teaching, it could be observing a class or watching a YouTube video, or it can be self-practice, which is you're going through the movement yourself. And altogether, it encompasses 200 hours required to get the certification. So once I was done with the reformer, the first weekend of February, I learned a whole set of beginner series. It ranges from like 15 to like 25 exercises, it feels like. And then I have to learn all of those. And it's not just learning the exercises, but you're also learning what springs go on the reformer. You're learning the technique, you're learning the flow. So making sure your transitions from one exercise to the other is like as fluid as possible. Excuse me. And then after we test out for beginner, then we go into intermediate. So intermediate, it was the first weekend of March, and we learned a whole new set of exercises. So it's building on what we learned from the first weekend, which was beginner. And then we learn more intermediate exercises. So there will be some variations of some of the beginner exercises that we can do, such as like lifting your leg when you're doing like a plank or something like that, just to add more of a challenge as we progress the client into the intermediate stages. Then the first weekend of April was the advanced series. So again, building from intermediate, learning new exercises, and then adding it into advanced and learning a whole bunch of exercises as well. So advanced feels obviously a lot harder, a lot more challenging. Like, I hurt my wrist overuse. There's like a bump here, and I've just kind of taken a break from doing the workouts myself, because the reality is like my body can't do advanced exercises right now. I'm not at that advanced level. I'm still more in the intermediate. I'm still building up my upper body and my core connection. And the reason why like your wrist will hurt in a Pilates, if you're doing Pilates reformer, is because we're putting too much weight in our wrist and we're not connected to our upper body. So it's really building that strength up here as well as that core connection, right? So then you're not too heavy on the front, but you're also connected through the core. So it's a really full body connection. But with that said, I don't have that yet. I'm still building and working up to that. So I had to take a break because it's movements where I had to put my hand like this. I'll show you. I'm like eating as well. Movements where I had to put my hand like this on like the foot bar or on the reformer, and that there was a lot of that in advance, and so I took a break. So anyways, so beginner weekend was February. Then we got into intermediate, which was the first weekend of March, and then advanced was the first weekend of April. So it's a 3-day basic, it's 3 days of just really intense training and learning these new exercises and learning about special cases such as like pregnancies, shoulder injuries, neck injuries, knee injuries, and how to provide modifications for these different types of special cases is what they call them. And then on top of that, it's learning anatomy. So really understanding the body, and like I was saying, the mind-body connection. But as a teacher, you want to understand the basic anatomy and being able to explain to the client what they're supposed to be feeling and where. So that is that's kind of the buildup of it. And I would say like the first weekend in beginner, I was really just struggling getting everything out and feeling comfortable owning the room and not being too much in my head. When I moved into intermediate, I actually took a step back from Pilates because in my previous video, I think I talked about I didn't know if this was for me, and I was ready just to like throw in the towel after intermediate weekend. Well, no, sorry. I was practicing in intermediate weekend, but then as March unfolded, there was a lot of things going on, and I was just like, "Is this for me?" I was really second questioning my life, and then I was ready to throw in the towel. And then I was scheduled to take my intermediate test, right? Because everybody else was already getting it done. And even if you didn't finish your test, you still move on to the advanced weekend. I went to that advanced weekend and I'm like, I'm so behind. Like, I felt like judgment from other people. I also judgment from myself. My insecurities were highlighted. And I was like, I can't do this. Hold on, pause. My friend's calling me. By the way, like, I'm so happy I got Max. Like, he's my baby boy. And like to have him while like I'm in the midst of my 30s and how I'm going to be building my life. And I get very emotional because like, I don't know, this is the time. Like, I feel it in my bones that this is the year of transformation. I felt it in the beginning of the year. I felt it after my ayahuasca journey in November, and I continue to feel it, and I continue to feel closer and closer to what I want to achieve. But like, this next step is the hardest step, is the fear of being seen. It's the fear of stepping into this unknown world and doing YouTube and TikTok and not getting overwhelmed by it, which I already am, but it's okay. And letting go of expectations, because that's something that was holding me back before, is I expected if I did this then it would give me X result. But I kind of have to let that go and just do this for myself. And you know, and it's like I said, you always hear like when you let go of it then things happen. A part of me is still like holding on to the expectation, but every day, little by little, that is chipping away, because I'm like, universe, I'm putting in the work, I'm trusting you to like do what you need to do. Of course, there's still a little control in me, but I'm like, I'm just not gonna like let it bother me. If I inspire maybe one or two people, that's fine. Like, it doesn't, I don't need to inspire a million people. Like, I just want to inspire the people around me. You know, changing is hard, navigating your life is hard, it's not easy. And you know, when you see people close around you doing it, it makes you motivated to do it, whether or not you tell me, like, because there are some people who do reach out to me, and you know, sometimes I'll catch up on a phone call with them, and they'll say like really nice things about me, and you know, they'll share their life story with me in terms of what they're transitioning. They'll ask me for advice, because you know, I've traveled, I've backpacked, I've done a lot of like cool things. Like, I suppose I've lived in other countries, in 2 countries where I had to set up my whole life, and then backpack and then come back to the US, and like all these different things that I've experienced. And I love sharing, you know, I love sharing. So yeah, that's a little bit more about me and Pilates and my journey and the program itself. And I'm looking forward to Sunday. I'm so looking forward to Sunday, to testing out. And yeah, okay,